want to talk to you about something that I think is really important for me to voice my opinion on, and that is the subject of designers being asked to do work for free, which is something that's also known as spec work. This is something that especially affects young designers who are just starting out. Often they'll be approached by a company with an opportunity to do a piece of work, normally a logo design or a poster design, something like that. And if the company likes their work best out of all of the other designers who they've asked to work on it, then they'll be paid. But if not, then they get nothing. This just isn't how the design process should work. I think to get the best results, the designer and the client need to work together on a brief so that the designer can ask questions and show the client proofs along the way, and that way they can reach a final design that everyone is happy with. As a designer, you should have a portfolio that shows your work, and the client should be able to look at that and talk to you about their brief and then decide that they want to hire you. That's how the process should work. I firmly believe that designers should be paid for the work they do, and I'm not just saying that because I am a designer. I think that everyone should get paid for the work they do. For example, you wouldn't go to 4 different restaurants and have a meal at each and then decide afterwards which one you like best and which one you're going to pay for. Chefs and restaurants obviously would refuse to work like that, so why on earth is it expected of designers? The more spec work designers do, the more people outside the industry think that that is how it works, and it's sort of up to us as designers to end that thinking. I know from experience that as a young designer starting out, it might seem like you have to do work for free in order to get an into the industry, but honestly, if a company is asking you to do a project for free for them with the promise of maybe a possible job at the end, is that really the sort of company that you want to be working for? One that puts so little value on design? I think it's about being smart and keeping your eye out for situations where you think you might be being taken advantage of, because it's probably important to note here that sometimes, especially with bigger companies, they might ask you to do a little design task as part of the interview process. They'll be doing this just to see how you handle a brief and how you work under pressure, things like that. But if the project they're asking you to do isn't one that will actually be used by the company and it is just a test, I think that's fine. It's really about knowing the difference between those situations, and if you're not sure on it and an opportunity has come up, why not consult with someone who has got more experience than you, just to sort of sense check it and make sure you're not being taken advantage of. So my advice is to stay away from design competitions and other opportunities where you're doing work that you really should be paid for. I could definitely go on and on about this, but I will leave it there. I'm really keen to continue this discussion in the comments though, so if you've got any opinions on the matter, maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't, please leave them down below and let's chat about it. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and make sure you subscribe if you'd like to hear more design chat videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Really keen to continue this discussion. Wow, I talked for way too long.